Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the Reggae Girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plummer, your Den Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now a captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
I want to give a big bless up to the Reggae girls out there. They ain't believing us. John did. Reggae girls, keep winning, keep inspiring. I know you're going to be great out there. World Cup. Sadella Marley, number love. Bless up from DJ Khaled.
And I'm representing for the Reggae girls. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself every time. Especially if you're qualifying for the World Cup back to back. You know what I mean? Sidela, big up yourself. One love every time. You know the thing go. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. What the Reggae girls do? Left them name night earth like a queen. Me have to big up the top soccer team. You know Massacre represent. Jamaica supporting it every time. You know the thing go.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel like I'm from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best Davis. Take it away.
My Talawers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. My apologies. Sorry so much. I am so sorry, guys, for keeping you waiting. It was not intentional. I actually sat in front of my screen and I couldn't process what it is I needed to do next. I just went blank and I was just staring at my screen. I was just like, oh my God, I need to press live. That's probably the first time that's ever happened to me, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. A little bit embarrassing, but I can't lie to you. That is the reason why the stream was delayed by 5 minutes, because I was just sat looking at a blank screen trying to figure out what to do. So I do apologize. My second apology. Sorry for not being here with you guys last night. Really and truly, I didn't have much to talk about. And also, I sat in bed and I just realized I was exhausted. My body needed a break. And so I just decided that there isn't really much to talk about, not going to waste you guys' time. And I also didn't want to overwork myself. So that's the reason why you didn't get a live stream last night. But I think you guys have already figured out my pattern: once every other day or once every day, depending on how tired the body is. So that should bring us all on the same page. I hope your weekend's treating you guys as well. You guys what type of English is that? Let me spin that again. I hope your weekend is treating you all well. Let me know how you're doing there in the comment section. Don't be shy. Get friendly with the comment section. Big up the 3 points collectors. This weekend's kicked off. It's been a little bit of a squeaky one this weekend, isn't it? It's a bit nerve-wracking for the guys there in the Premier League, for those of you who support your respective Premier League teams. This channel is not about Premier League football, but every now and then I will scratch the surface as it relates to Premier League football, especially where our Reggae boys are concerned. I do have a spin-off channel, Small Axe Podcast. Yes, Small Axe Podcast, which is specifically for reggae girls, reggae boys content. So that is where your Premier League content will sit. Okay, so I am going to I'm looking to like get things kick-started again, where that particular channel is concerned. Let me turn my attention to the comment section. Team Aggressive, big up yourself, just checking in. Thank you for your support. Conrad, you are ever present. I do definitely like to see you in the comment section. Love to see all of you guys there in the comment section. Someone say Ravel. Jesus, you guys are so cheeky. All right, so we're going to be talking about one of your favorite players there, Mr. Ravel Morrison. I'm also going to be talking about Big Heck, that is Michael Hector, and scratching the surface as it relates to Andre Gray. But the focus of tonight's show is actually about the big man, Big Mick, that is Michail Antonio. I'm going to be putting the flowers firmly at the feet of Michail Antonio, because as I always say, let me reiterate myself, me personally, I prefer to give people their flowers whilst they are alive and well. I'm not a fan of what humans do, this nasty habit of only giving people their flowers when they're no longer with us. I don't like that. It's a pet peeve of mine. So I'm going to be doing things differently. I'll leave you guys in the comment section to either continue as you are, or I don't know, branch off and try something new. Let me know what you guys want me to do in terms of how to kickstart the show. I was actually just going to dive right in and talk about Michael Hector there, and also Ravel Morrison, and also a little bit of backtracking as it relates to the PFA summer camp there, which wrapped up towards the latter stages of the summer, just to put us all on the same page and look at who has been signed in terms of the crop of players there who previously belonged to the free agent PFA summer camp squad. And then I was going to segue into Michail Antonio and some Premier League stuff. I think that kind of makes sense to me, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Big up yourself, Lee. I hope you and the guys are in good health. And for those of you who are silently watching as well, I hope that you are also in good health. Long may it continue. And if you're not in good health, I pray to God that things turn for the better for you, slow and steady for you guys there who are probably not feeling like your usual self, whether that is physically or mentally. Conrad Swift said, please, people, like and share the link. I want to echo that. He's right. Listen to him. Right, guys. So let's do a deep dive and backtrack on some stuff that I've said. I'm going to sound like an echo. I do apologize. I do want to reiterate myself just for context purpose, and also so that we're all on the same page. I know some of you don't watch my my YouTube, my live stream week by week. So some of this is probably a little bit brand new for you. But if it isn't, I do apologize in advance. Now, as it relates to Big Heck, that is Michael Hector, and Ravel Morrison, that is recently, as I said on a few other live streams, they were part of this summer camp hosted by the PFA, so that is the Professional Footballers Association. And what they did, the PFA, that is, they put on a 10-week training camp, like a training program, and it was specifically for free agents. So that's where your Ravel and your Michael Hector fall into play. And the idea was basically to get these players. I think there was some 19 plus players part of that particular camp there. And the idea was to basically get them prepared for the season ahead, as in the current season. And I think it was a steady lineup, a good crop of some good crop of players there. It did consist of players who have championship, that is English championship appearances, experiences, I should say, as well as some former Premier League pros. So as it relates to us, we have the camp there consists of Ravel Morrison, Michael Hector, a few other names that you guys might be familiar to is Carl Jenkinson, and also Dwight Gale. Those are a couple of the players there that I could name off the top of my head. I will sidestep and touch on a couple of other players there as it relates to who have been successfully picked up by their now new respective clubs. So also some key information there. The team towards the latter stages of that 10-week program there played a game against Cambridge United. I did manage to spot both Ravel and Michael Hector there in and around that particular match there against Cambridge United. So a couple of the benefits, as I've already said, clearly, it helps to maintain match fitness. It's one thing to be physically fit, but being physically fit doesn't necessarily indicate that you are match fit. So it's good to know that the lads were able to keep match fit over the summer, especially for a player like Ravel Morrison, who you guys already know been without a club since the early stages of this year. Hopefully, things will start to change for him. And one of the big things that I liked with the PFA PFA squad is, as I said to you guys, it puts these guys in a position where they don't have to stay at home and think about being unemployed. Because when you are a free agent, basically it just means that you're unemployed, right? I'm not sure if you guys have experienced unemployment or redundancy. Trust me, it sucks. You do not want to be going through that at any point of your life. And if you are going through it, I pray to God that your next application is a successful one. So as I said, it's good to see that the lads aren't sat at home worrying about being unemployed, because you know what that will only lead to. I can't say what it would only lead to, but it could potentially lead to some dark times mentally. It could lead to things like, you know, your mental health deteriorating. It could lead to depression and so on. Not to say that it will, but it could if you're at home, not able to train, not able to physically keep your mind active and keep your body active as well. So that's a few of the benefits there as it relates to the PFA and some of the wonderful work that they have done over the last couple of weeks as it relates to free agents and players trying to secure deals for new clubs. So I think, as I said to you guys, I think it is a wonderful initiative put on by the PFA. It's the first time that I'm noticing such initiative. Don't quote me. I've not said that it's a brand new initiative because I actually don't know if it's brand new or not. It just caught my eye because of Ravel Morrison and Michael Hector, hence sharing the information with you guys. But yeah, I've said it before. They got the PFA for their wonderful initiative. Long may it continue. And it seems to be working for a couple of the players there. A couple of the players that's been part of those that particular summer camp there. It seemed to have worked for them. Again, the idea was to keep them fit, was to make them attractive to potential clubs, and it seems like it has definitely worked. I think one of the ideas for player wise is for them to maximize the potential, maximize the strength of them being able to put themselves in the transfer window. Now the transfer window has closed. I'm sure that's not breaking news to you guys, but yes, summer transfer window has been long shut. But as I said at previous live stream, free agents, the beauty of being a free agent, there probably isn't much beauty to it, but one of the beauties, you can still sign for other clubs. You don't have to go through you don't have to be like the middleman, because there is no club that you're contracted to, so you can just brush that to one side and do your business with your soon-to-be club, which is probably less hassle for the players. I'm not a player, not a former player, so I don't know the complexities of contract negotiation, but I have been in a professional environment in terms of player and agents and so on. So I know, as I've said on other live streams, typically a contract that you're looking at starts somewhere between 6 months to a year for everything to like materialize and, you know, come to fruition. Of course, you have some agents that play the agents game. Agents got to take care of themselves. They've got to take care of their clients. So occasionally you might hear something in the media, X and X player is linked to this club. Sometimes there's nothing there's no such thing. It's just a rumor that the agent might or representative puts out there to maybe prompt the club that they want their player to sign for or stay with to get on their skates and get things moving. So that's sort of the little cute games there that agents play. And hey, if it works for them, then do their thing, let them continue. Now, let me just bring you guys up to speed once more as it relates to a couple of the players there that I've named. Some good news to share with you guys, and let's clap for them, you know, and hopefully we can extend those applause to a couple of our players. So before I dive into it there, I've seen at least 4 or 5 players there from that PFA summer camp who have successfully managed to nail down contracts with their now new clubs. A couple of the clubs included Exeter, Plymouth, Bromley, and there's someone else, Hibs in Scotland. So I'm actually going to just get that up on my screen there for you, and we could look at the length of the contract. I will say, in terms of the players and their ages, I have looked at their ages, and they do have similar ages to our players. So they're actually either the same age as the likes of your Michael Hector, your Ravel Morrison, or they are older than them, right? The oldest player from who has now been signed to a new club. The new club being Exeter is actually 36. So far from a spring chicken, but at least he's going out there and he's still having an active playing career. Long may it continue. So this is Hibs here in Scotland. You guys should be able to see that on the screen in front of you. I'm going to take my attention off the screen. So I now cannot see the comment section. I'm not ignoring you guys, but I can't see you temporarily. So you can see here Dwight Gale signs for Hibs. And it says, we are delighted to announce the signing of experienced forward Dwight Gale. Good news there. What it does mean is that the 34-year-old joins Hibs as a free agent and has penned a one-year deal running until the summer of 2025. So it's good news. You can see there this one broke on the 12th of September. So some weeks ago, another player there that was recently signed, his name is Marker Marosi, and he signed for Plymouth. I'm gonna bring that one up on screen for you guys. Do bear with me. And you can see here pretty similar to the deal there that I just read out to you in terms of the duration of the contract. For context, these guys are 30 plus, so do expect as free agents. Clubs are probably looking at a few of them and they're thinking maybe low risk, high reward type of thing in terms of giving them their contract. So Marosi here, again, this is a player that was part of the PFA squad. He has signed a short-term deal with Plymouth until at least January. So clearly there's some indication of a potential wiggle room to extend that for until summer at least. Hopefully, if that's what the player wants, then best of luck to him. I hope it comes to fruition. Next player on my screen, definitely familiar face for you guys there. We've been following your Premier League football. Headline reads for itself, doesn't it? This one is probably the most recent in terms of players being signed. Free agent, that is. Bromley signed former Arsenal and England defender Carl Jenkinson. This is what it says here. It says Bromley Football Club are delighted to announce the permanent signing of fullback and former England international Carl Jenkinson following his departure from Australian side Newcastle Jets. And then it just goes on to talking about his profile, who he's played for, and so on. Another player there that I want to talk about, and he is the player there that signed for Exeter City. You guys are probably not familiar to a few of the players I've mentioned, but I'll get onto the context in a while. It says here, Exeter is delighted to announce the signing of Mustafa Karayol on a short-term deal until January 20th, 2025. And I like this little paragraph here because it says free agent Mustafa, 36, joins up with Gary Caldwell's side after completing the PFA's preseason training program and has been training with the team for at least for at least couple of weeks. So clearly there, the PFA, they've done a wonderful thing. Long may it continue. I'm hoping and praying that we will at some point over the next maybe days or weeks see some positive news there as it relates to Ravel and Michail Hector. So the context there is clearly the program, the PFA program that is clearly working. It has been fortunate for some. I'm hoping that fortune spills over for Michail Hector and also Ravel Morrison as well. As I said to you guys, the ages of the players and the profile in terms of the clubs that they've played for is similar to Michail Hector and Ravel Morrison. As I said to you guys, Hector and Morrison are actually either similar ages to a few of these players or younger than them. But the experience is still there in terms of clubs that they've played for, number of clubs that they've played for. Another thing that they clearly have in common is their connection with the PFA summer 10-week program there. Work for some, and I do hope that it will work for our two boys. Now, as of this live stream, I did check. One of the things that I checked before I sat down at my desk, our boys there, I guess I should go ahead and show it to you guys. Not that you guys disbelieve me. Let me just go ahead and pause this. Oh, okay. So it's got a mind of its own. How do I pause it? I'm trying to pause something. You know what it is about? One thing I'm really disliking with transfer market is their ads. Their ads drive me crazy. I'm just trying to pause an ad before I bring it up on the screen. And I think once I bring it up on the screen, I'm gonna have to pause it again. So bear with me, guys. Just want to give you guys some proof there. As I said before, I started tonight's live stream. As of tonight's live stream, as you can see there, Michael Hector without a club. And if we go and look at Ravel Morrison, I'm sure I did the same for Ravel Morrison as well. These ads make me nervous, so I'm gonna just get on my skates, speed it up, and then move on to Michail Antonio. Should be able to see this one as well, right there without a club. As I said, as it relates to Ravel, been without a club since the early stage of this year. Michael Hector, though, however, what the hell am I looking at? Sorry about that, guys. Michael Hector, however, if I go back and look at his profile, he's been without a club since summer. It's not going to work, so I think I might have to type in his name. Let's just go back and show you guys that. So yeah, you can see here July last club Charlton, and another player that we're going to touch on is Andre Gray. Now I hope I haven't confused you guys. I don't think I have, but Andre Gray was not part of the PFA 10-week program, but he is unfortunately, as things stand, without a club. Similar to Michael Hector, really, as it relates to recent club. He's just been without a club since July 1st. Hopefully, as a free agent, he can sign for a club. He doesn't have to wait until the winter transfer window, which opens in January. There is some complexities there with regards to who they can sign for. Obviously, if the club has maximized their number of players for their registered league, for example, then they probably just have to hold tight until there's a window where they can be registered. So that is that as it relates to Andre Gray, Michael Hector, and Ravel Morrison. Similar ages as it relates to the players that I've named who have successfully managed to sign for their now new club, having completed the 10-week program put on by the PFA. So hopefully we will be seeing more of the same for our lads in the near future. So we're going to slow things down a little bit now, and we're going to sorry guys, we're going to go ahead and talk about Michail Antonio. I don't really want to have to use all right, let's just hurry up and use transfer market. These ads are driving me crazy, but let's just touch on transfer market and Michail Antonio for context, and then I'm just gonna come off it because it's driving me mad. Okay, Michail Antonio, please show me what I want. So you can see here. It's up to you guys if you want to use their stats there as it relates to Premier League. I have selected all seasons there for context, so you can do your maths and figure out what 67 plus 34 equals to. I'm reluctant to go with the transfer market there. It will make sense what I'm about to say to you guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to go with something else for the time being. And before I forget my manners, let me just turn my attention to the comment section. Mario Russell, blessings to yourself. Big up. I hope you are well. And Spence, that plays for Tottenham Hotspurs. Chasing Spence, are we? They can go to Switzerland and go and play. Blessings. Big up yourself, Wayne. They should let them keep on playing around the leagues. IT Push, I hope you are well. There is hope for Lord Ravel, but my boy, bad. Oh, good name, retire. What's this? Young Kings Entertainment. Young Kings Entertainment. I'm sure you know I can't pull that up on my screen, but big up yourself anyways. I hope you're in good health. First responder. Big up yourself, first responder. Mr. Donny, I hope you are well. Owen, what's going on with Ravel? Ravel, I think you caught wind of what I said about Ravel, right? If you didn't, let me know and I'll give it another spin for you. I was not ignoring you, by the way. I actually didn't see the comment section for a brief period. So when I'm looking at that screen in front of you guys and I'm speaking, I actually can't see what's going on in the comment section, okay? Travis, I should say. I butchered your name. I'm sorry. I hope you're in good health. I hope you guys are all well in the comment section. So as I said, I'm pretty sure you heard about the PFA squad, right? You must have seen me talk about the PFA squad. I don't think I can reiterate because I don't want to like annoy my subscribers. I don't want to reiterate. So basically there was a PFA summer squad, 10 week. Okay, you do know, right? Oh, thank God, because I didn't want to go too deep. And on the back end of a couple of the players from said squad have managed to successfully sign for some clubs across various leagues. So you've got Exeter, Plymouth, Hibs in Scotland, Bromley. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. And I think that's probably it. Sorry if I'm forgetting whoever. It feels like I'm forgetting a club. But you get the gist. Basically, clearly, the idea or the initiative from the PFA was to help these players put themselves in the shop window in terms of getting signed to clubs because they were, for the most part, free agents. A couple of those players are no longer free agents as it relates to Michail, Hector, and Ravel, clearly part of the PFA squad over the summer. As of tonight's live stream, as I showed you guys there on the screen, still without a club, but football, I'm sure you guys know by now, never sleeps. It is 24/7. So who knows, by the break of dawn, by tomorrow morning, you might see that they've signed for a club. I do have faith in them though, because I've looked at their track record and they don't tend to be without a club for a long length of period. You know, they do tend to find clubs, especially Michail Hector. Clearly his people are good at finding him club, his representative. I will say though, for Ravel Morrison, I'm surprised that it's taken him this long to find a club, because not just because of the talent, but because of the contact books that he has. If I was him, and I say if I were him, not if me, I probably wouldn't do it because I struggle when it comes to asking people for help. But if I were Ravel Morrison, I'd probably be knocking on the door of a Wayne Rooney and asking him, what can he do for me? What strings can he pull? Because football is a nasty game. Sometimes you got, you know, rather than taking the what do you want to call it now? The back roads, as it seems that a lot of these players sometimes have to do, take the highway, just like some other players who are not willing to take the back route. Some other players take the highway and get someone else to pay for their toll charge. So if you can do that as a Ravel Morrison, and you have someone like a Wayne Rooney, who, you know, you formerly brushed shoulders with at Manchester United and had him as a manager at one point in your career, why not just tap on his shoulder and ask, what can he do for you? Who can he speak to? Sometimes these players, you look at them and you're thinking, how the hell did you sign for that club? And let's be honest with ourselves, a lot of the times it's nothing to do with talent. It's probably because your club has, I should say, your representative, your agent has wonderful relationships with another agent, and that agent might be able to put him onto a club of his choice, something of that ilk. So if I am Ravel, I'll probably be exercise that contact book of his and see where he can go, because I think we can all agree that he is a quality player, right? Irrespective of what narrative is spun on him. If you're talking about just the player, he is still a quality player in my opinion. Dujon, I have not seen any latest on Dujon, unfortunately. I don't think no club would ever sign. There's nothing to gain. Might as well play in the JPL. Well, that's your opinion. I've seen players who are by far worse than what Ravel Morrison is proclaimed to be or rumored to be, and they seem to have no problem signing for clubs. So again, thank you for your comment. Respect your comment. Respect your opinion. But never say never. How the Reggae Girls look playing for them club in recent times. I did a recent update on the Reggae Girls last week. I'm due to do one tomorrow. Ravel been without a club for almost a year, not quite a year, but he's been without a club since the early part of this stage. Ravel may go overseas. Yeah, I think overseas is a pathway for him. DJ went to Turkey. Exactly. He's in Turkey. So and that's just recent. He's playing in the second tier of Fatif is the name of his club that Daniel Johnson now plays for. Now back to Michail Antonio, not Michael, Hector, Michail Antonio. I do hope that you guys have touch that like button there. Do go ahead and tap that like button. What's my time? My time is saying 1:36 a.m. Come on, guys. There's almost what there's 60 of you watching, and only 39 of you have hit the like button. Don't do me like that, guys. Come on. It does not cost you a penny. Do go ahead and hit the like button. Stop being cheap and hit that like button. Okay. It's not like I'm asking you for super chats. I'm just asking you to hit the like button. It does not cost you a penny. Right, so let's go ahead and look at Michail Antonio. You can see some of his stats there. Something else that I wanted to bring up for you guys. So let's go ahead and look at something else. Bear with me. I should have actually had this prepared, but it's just popped in my head. So let me just go ahead, which means I'm going to be looking at transfer market for a little while longer than I anticipated, but do trust me, it does make sense. Because right now we're about to put the flowers firmly at the feet of Michail Antonio. Right, so let's just change this quickly. If my laptop would cooperate, I should say. You guys should be able to see this one on the screen in front of you, right? Feel like we've got a lot of away fans on tonight, guys. They're not yeah, hit the like button, guys. It's almost 2 a.m. It does not cost you a penny. Imagine if I was asking you for super chats, you probably end my live stream immediately. Do go ahead and hit the like button. It is the least that you can do. You wouldn't go to someone's house and not say good morning, good evening, good night, or maybe you would. I don't know. Anyways, let's look at Michail Antonio. I promise now we're focusing on Michail Antonio. And whilst I continue my conversation on what I firmly believe that he is a cult hero for West Ham United. Correct me if I am wrong. More so, let me know who is your club's cult hero. I know some of you support your Manchester United, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, and so on. So let me know who is your club's cult hero in the comment section, and I'll be back with you guys in a quick minute. So you guys should be able to see this one on the screen in front of you, and what you're basically looking at is West Ham United's all-time top goal scorers. And you can clearly see Michail Antonio on that list there right in front of you. And he is number 6 in terms of goals scored, record amount of goals scored. You can only see that there's only 5 other players who have netted more goals than him. The highest number of goals scored is 188 here, according to Transfer Market, with Michail Antonio. He has 82, just a handful of players above him. And what I find so impressive about Michail Antonio is the players that he has surpassed. Now, let's remind ourselves that Big Mick, Michail Antonio, that powerful forward there, I tell you what, I would not want to be a defender because him charging at you, scary, frightening. But when you sit back and you actually look at things in hindsight and remind yourself that this man did not start off as a forward, I think to elevate himself high up on this list of West Ham's all-time goal scorers, I think we definitely have to take our hats off to him. Also, as a black man as well, as a Jamaican as well, representing the black, gold, and green for the Reggae Boys. And what I found so impressive, applaudable about this list is it's got some familiar names there. As you want to call them Barclays men. You know, if you Barclays Premier League back in the day. Bobby Zamora, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the name Bobby Zamora, Trevor Sinclair. Definitely Jermaine Defoe. I think Jermaine Defoe is a Premier League legend. Let me know what you guys think of that. But these are some recognizable and notable names there, and he has managed to surpass them in terms of goals scored for West Ham United. Again, of course, context is key in terms of the duration of years that these respective players spent with the Hammers. But again, context, Michail Antonio did not start off as a forward as he is known now. So a couple more other players there that Michail has surpassed: Pablo Di Canio, Marlon Haywood. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Marlon Haywood. Come on, like Barclays, Mark Noble. Sure, you guys know Mark Noble. Gerard Bowen. Yes, context is key. Another player there from, I can't even say back in the day, but it does feel like back in the day now. Sorry, Carlton Cole, but you're one of the back in the day players now with the greatest of respect to yourself. So that is the first part of what I'm saying with regards to me saying that the cult hero that I like to call him. I think that is my new name for him now, is that he is a cult hero for West Ham, and he has achieved a lot in his career. I think when I think of cult heroes, let me go ahead and pause this on Transfer Market because it is driving me mad. Where is it? Let me just pause this. You're getting out of hand. How do I do it? Or I might just go ahead and click off and try something else. Yeah, I'm going to click off on this and just go somewhere else because Transfer Market is distracting me and I don't really want no copyright strike. So let's just click off that. Let's look at the Premier League. I think when I look back and think of like cult heroes and I think about Jamaica and I think about the men's side of things and, you know, Barclays Premier League, growing up watching football, for me, cult heroes as it relates to just our boys, no doubt, Bibby, and Fuller. So, the Ricardos, Ricardo Gardner, and also Ricardo Fuller for Bolton and Stoke City, respectively. And I think it's safe to say legends within their own rights and most certainly cult heroes. And that is what sprung to mind when I thought of Michail Antonio and all the things that he has managed to achieve within his career, applaudable career, I would say. I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but in terms of him signing for West Ham, I don't know if they want to call it a I'm not a Hamas. I don't know how they would have felt on deadline day, almost 10 years ago. So he's been with the Hammers for almost 10 years ago. Signed in the summer transfer window of 2015 on deadline day. And his career trajectory is definitely something to be applauded. You know, came through I think I would like to call it the Cinderella story in terms of the football pyramid and the trajectory of his career, coming through non-league, League One championship, subsequently the Premier League. So you look at that and I kind of think definitely a Cinderella story, as we all know by now, played in various positions under numerous managers. And David Moyes, as much as he rattles me, he's the one that we have to thank for turning Michail Antonio into a center forward. We already know by now that he has gone on to becoming the Hammers all-time Premier League top goal scorer. Let's go ahead and see if I can bring that up for you guys. Actually, I'm going to change the screen one more time for you guys. You should be able to see this one. Can you see it? Yes, you can. So as I was saying, we already know the big man, big number 9 there, black, gold, and green. 34 years of age. Not a spring chicken, but he's still hanging in there. Long may it continue. You can see some of the things that he's managed to achieve there in terms of appearances here, Premier League appearances there that we're talking about. 260, 67 goals, 33 assists. I don't know about you guys, but for a player who wasn't naturally a center forward, I think that is as cult hero as it gets. And to know that he within such a short space of time, as I said, he signed for West Ham, approaching this time next year would have been a decade as a Hammer. I think what he's achieved in his career with the West Ham United is most certainly applaudable. It's not easy to get within the century club as it relates to the Premier League in terms of goal involvement, but he has done it. And again, this is a player who wasn't naturally a center forward. So something that I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm actually going to go ahead and share it because I think, as I said, the purpose of tonight's show, put those flowers firmly at the feet of Mr. Michail Antonio. Think this one will make you guys smile as reported there by Squawker. Yes, you can see this one. And it reads, Michail Antonio is the first ever player to be directly involved in 100 Premier League goals for West Ham. 67 goals, 33 assists. The Hammer's all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League breaks another record. Clap, clap. If you're not clapping for him, I don't know why you're not doing that. You don't want to clap? Go ahead and hit the like button. So again, applause all round for Mr. Michail Antonio for what he has achieved in his career. I think when you're looking at today, actually, let's I'm sure you guys already know about the Premier League match, West Ham's Premier League match, right? So let me go ahead and just add some more context. Bit of a big show out there. It was a London derby, and it was against Brentford. West Ham playing away to Brentford in a London derby, and the big man Michail Antonio came up clutch when needed. He actually provided the assist there inside the 54th minute, which basically ensured that West Ham United found the equalizer and also bagged themselves a point against Brentford. And that goal there was scored by Suchek. If I go back and look at, let's see, Premier League, West Ham, I think this is probably the second game on the trot where we've seen something like that from West Ham as it relates to the where is it? Let's see something. One moment, guys. It's not coming up. So that one is up, obviously, much better reading. I'm not going to go into the Liverpool score, although that is unrelatable because that was the Carabao Cup. They did take a hammering, literally took a hammering on that night's occasion. I think that one was played midweek, some midweek football, and then before that they took another hammering against another London club, coincidentally, Chelsea, some weeks ago. But and before that, they drew again against another London club, and that London club was Fulham. So back to Michail Antonio and leaving those flowers firmly at his feet. I think that picture looks well, and I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to turn my attention to the comment section in a bit, but my eyes are focused on Michail Antonio at the moment. And why not clap for the big man, I should say. As it relates to Jamaica, though, I know there is some frustration there when it comes to Michail Antonio, but I think we need to do something similar to what David Moyes done in terms of exploiting his strengths. I think he's now at that age. Let me go back and look at his age. I can't remember. 34, right? Yeah, he's 34. He's clearly at that age where he's no spring chicken. He's fully aware of that. So I think we need to now realign ourselves and figure out, or it's not my job, it's Steve McLaren's job. He needs to, along with his backroom staff, if they haven't done so already, figure out how to maximize Michail Antonio's strength. And so for me, it's not just about scoring and assisting. Obviously, if you bring that to the table, wonderful. I know some people are probably saying I'm talking rubbish because he's a forward, he's supposed to do what he said, what it says on the tin. But I think with someone of the qualities of Michail Antonio, he has more to his arsenal than simply just going out there scoring and assisting. Of course, we do want him to do that, but saying that to say, the same people who criticize Haaland for doing what it says on the tin in terms of scoring goals. They are the same people who also criticize Michail Antonio in saying that they just want him to score goals. It's like, but you say the reverse for Haaland. So what do you want? Make your mind up. I think it's safe to say in the modern game, modern football, that is, it requires more than just being able to put the ball in the back of the net and assisting. I think versatility takes you a long way. If you can be a versatile player, then you make yourself more attractive to your club and your teammates. I think Arteta plays with the formula of looking or wanting to sign players who are versatile, that you can play them in a number of positions or maximize their strengths. And I think that's what we need to do with a Michail Antonio. We need to look at the fact that he is a all-rounder. It's not just about Michail Antonio, the forward, score and assist. I think it's safe to say you can look at him, you can class him as a all-rounder for the attributes that he holds. And I think we need to keep him well conditioned when he's with our national setup, that is keeping well conditioned, make sure that he is balanced both physically and mentally. And I'm not going to dive too much into the mental aspect, but clearly he's already touched on his mental well-being. He's spoken about therapy. He's been quite expressive as it relates to his personal life. So clearly the opportunity is there to, if it isn't already balanced, to help him balance his mental well-being. And I mean, look at him, he takes care of himself, doesn't he? So I don't think he's going to be piling on the pounds anytime soon. So I don't really think we need to worry about his physique, his physical attributes. I think that one takes care of himself. Now, as it relates to me placing the flowers firmly at the feet of Michail Antonio, in terms of accolades, how do I get you guys to look at his accolades without going back and looking at transfer market? Because transfer market's driving me up the wall. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but I might have to go back over there. They're irritating me so much tonight. All right, let's go ahead. I like to look at things with you guys. So how am I going to do this? All right, let's see. If not, I might have to go back and look at something else that I don't want to look at, but I might have to do it. Jesus. All right. Oh, thank God I don't have to do it. Thank you, Jesus. All right. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at transfer market with you guys. We're gonna come back and look at Michail Antonio, and I'm gonna spin this tweet here from Scorecard again. Right. Right. So let's look at the big man's achievements. You guys should already know this. It's not breaking news. I'm not giving you breaking news. Sorry to disappoint you. So yeah, in terms of accolades, one, with his team, that is, I'm sure you guys already aware of the recent one, that be the UEFA Conference League Cup. That was a monumental achievement there for West Ham United. What that meant was, with winning the trophy there, bragging rights for a London team at the time, also propelled them into Europa League. It was great to see Michail Antonio and the Hammers play some Europa League football. You can see here as well for Reading FC, one-time second tier champion, and also one-time football league trophy winner with Southampton. So the man has some accolades there in his cabinet, for those of you who aren't aware. I think also for West Ham, he was at one point awarded the Hammer of the Year. Basically, you know, these clubs have their respective end of year trophies. awards, I should say, that they give to their players. I think that award there came in the 2016, 2017 period, and I've landed on something, and I now need to search for something else because something has just popped into my mind. How do I get this up? How do I get this up? 2016, 2017. I'm going to do something that it might not go down well for some of you. I apologize, but something's just popped up into my head, and I am going to do something. I'm just trying to put the flowers firmly at Michail Antonio's feet. So don't hate me for what I'm about to do. Let's see if I can get something up for you guys. Antonio. Okay, how do I do this? Yes. Oh my God, I promise I'm not trying to wind you guys up. Some of you are going to probably think that I'm trying to do that, but I'm not trying to wind you guys up. It's just something that popped up in my head. Right, so let's go ahead and see. All right. I do apologize. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to upset a few of you with this one. It's nothing personal. I'm not even going to name who I'm potentially upsetting. I think you guys will figure this one out. I come in peace. I come with good faith. All right. Another reason here, guys, and it just popped up in my mind as it relates to accolades. I was thinking of an individual accolade. I think this is more about bragging rights than anything. All right. So let's look at this one. Right. Man United fans, sorry to bring up some history for you, but when we're giving the big man Michail Antonio his credit, right? So as it really, I did touch on 2016, and I was like, why was he awarded the West Ham Player of the Hammer of the Year, I should say? And I was thinking maybe it's to do with that particular season and what he did in that particular season. And one thing that really just sprung to mind is that final game there at Upton Park, and it does say on this day in 2016, West Ham beat Manchester United in Upton Park farewell. And this was a intriguing game. This was a game that Manchester United needed to win. Manchester United fans, correct me there in the comment section. It says West Ham came from behind to beat Manchester United in the final game to be played at Upton Park on this day in 2016. Headers from Michail Antonio and Winston Reid secured a 3-2 victory for the Hammers as they bade farewell to their home ground of 112 years ahead of their move to their now new stadium, the London Stadium. And I might need to do something else because I could swear what this meant was that it put Manchester United in a position where they would have been looking at a potential failure for the Champions League campaign for the following season. Let's go and see if that was true. Because if that is true, go ahead and knight the man. All right. So says here, I'm going to look at another article with you guys. This one is taken from the BBC. So let's go ahead and give this one a read. Man United fans, I'm not doing this to upset you. I do come in good faith. Clearly, you guys should be able to read this one on the screen in front of you. Red Devils, sorry, to remind you of your hammering. West Ham United 3, Man United 2, and clearly this one was from 2016. Again, 2016 that I touched on a couple minutes ago, and this sprung to mind. It says West Ham United marked their departure from Upton Park after 112 years with a thrilling victory that may have ended Manchester United chances of qualifying for Champions League. And yes, and this was during the Louis van Gaal's era. I don't think they qualified for Champions League after that. And if that is the case, then big up Michail Antonio. Because this the season where you guys, Manchester United fans, help me out here. Was this the season where you guys won the FA Cup and then sacked LVG? Is that the season? I'm gonna look and see if you guys qualified for Champions League that year. I don't think you did. 2016 standing. I don't think you guys qualified. That was the year that Leicester City won it. So did you guys qualify? No, you did not, because that was you guys didn't qualify for that. When was the year that LVG won you guys the FA Cup, guys? Man United fans, don't be quiet in the comment section. Help a girl out. Don't think we qualified for Champions League. I thought so. Thank you. So yeah, I think tying into what I said with this particular season where you guys needed to beat West Ham United to better your chances of qualifying for Champions League. Unfortunately, you didn't on that night's occasion. So yeah, he's come up clutch. He's been a player who has come up clutch. He's also I don't know if you guys want to say come up clutch for us, but perhaps he has. He is our first player to score in the Copa America. Did so back in the summer. It feels like such a long time ago. So he's had his own little clutch moments here and there. And I think if I'm not mistaken, he was one of the first players to score at the London Stadium, the new home of West Ham United there. So yes, Michail Antonio managed to wrap that up within an hour. I have been saying to you guys that I just like the idea of putting flowers firmly at the feet of whoever deserved their round of applause. And I think it's safe to say Michail Antonio deserves his round of applause. If you're not going to clap for him, I'm going to let the man clap for himself. Give that another spin there for you guys to reiterate. Michail Antonio is the first ever player to be directly involved in 100 Premier League goals for West Ham. 67 goals, 33 assists. The Hammers all-time top goal scorer in the PL breaks another record. Clap, clap. If you guys aren't going to clap, he will clap for himself. Right? And that brings an end to my show, unless you guys want me here for a tad bit longer. I don't think I have anything else left to say. I knew it. It says here, big up yourself, Ronaldo. What a show. You deserve your flowers as well. Talawa TV #1. Thank you. God bless you. I hope you are in good health. I hope you and your family are in good health. 2015-2016 season. I know the United fans don't want to help me out. I'm not trying to wind you guys up. I don't know it all. I'm not Miss Know It All. So if I'm asking you a question, help me. I'm not trying to wind you guys up. I was just trying to see if Michail Antonio paid away. Played away. What am I saying? Yeah, played away. No? Whatever I'm trying to say, I can't even think straight. Maybe it's because it's too late. It's after 2 a.m. I'm just trying to figure out if Michail Antonio played a part in you guys failing to qualify for the Champions League in that particular season, having lost that game there at Upton Park in West Ham United's last game at Upton Park. And he got sacked after. I thought you guys did LVG dirty. No wonder you guys are cursed. That was foul from Manchester United. The man won you guys an FA Cup. I don't even think he left Wembley Stadium before he was given a straight red card. That was nasty work by Man United. I remember the Reed goal like it was yesterday. So that tells me that you guys did not qualify for Champions League. Young Kings Entertainment is saying 2015-2016 season. So that was so it was a season that Leicester City won the Premier League then, right? The Tinkerman, Leicester City. Okay, and I think the following season Chelsea would have won it, right? Because I remember Kante winning the Premier League back to back. So it was this season then. Okay. I've just lost 10 viewers. I think I've irritated the Man United fans. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to wind you guys up. Okay, yeah, Man United finished 5th that season. Okay, so that's that then. Let's go back to Michail Antonio. Let's go back, and I think we can end like that. Last couple minutes in the show is down to you guys, really. All ears. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I hope you guys have hit the like button at least. I'm gonna have to beg you guys to hit the like button tonight. To those of you who are silently watching, big up yourself. I hope you're in good health. I think this has been one of my best shows, guys. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed tonight's show. It's been one of my favorite shows for some reason. I don't know. I just enjoyed speaking to you guys tonight. So let me know if you guys have anything else left to share with me. If you guys have anything to share with me, let me know. I'm just about to hit 1 hour on the dot. Give you guys another 2 minutes until I will have to love you and leave you. I will be back tomorrow with your Reggae Girls weekend of action review. Also going to be throwing in some Reggae Boys in there as well. That is the new format. You guys asked for it, and I'm giving you as you desire. So yeah, guys, let me know. Let me know. Correct. Antonio is a cult hero. You guys haven't told me who your cult heroes are for your respective clubs. Who's your cult hero, guys? Let me know who you guys cult heroes are. If you can, that is before I close off. Let me know who your cult heroes are. So yeah, who has been you guys' cult heroes for your respective clubs? Who's been your players who have been loved by your fan base, irrespective of not achieving much in terms of success, irrespective of not being known globally? Yeah, let me know who has been your who is your cult hero? I've got another, let's say, maybe 40 minutes, 40 seconds left with you guys, and then I'm going to close off because I don't think you guys want to tell me your cult heroes. So I'm going to close off until tomorrow. Before I forget my manners, thank you to those of you who have sat for over an hour listening to myself. I appreciate it so I managed to like close off on myself. I am so sorry. That was rude of me. It wasn't intentional. I promise you. I don't know what the hell happened, but I closed off on myself. I do apologize. Sorry. Um, yeah, sorry about that. All right. That was not intentional. Robert Bond. Is that how I pronounce your name, Robert? I love your vibes. Thank you. Love your vibes as well. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I did not mean to close off. I like that Michail Antonio image so much that I'm gonna go ahead and bring it back up for you all before I close off on the show. This is a bit that I dislike, but I have to close off. All good things must come to an end. Since I accidentally took myself off screen temporarily, I'll give you guys some additional seconds before I have to love and leave you. But before I forget my manners, if those of you who are making your way home from work or whatever personal activities you guys have been up to, I hope that you make it home safe and unharmed. Hope that you're all in good health. Hope that you and your loved ones are all in good health. If you haven't had your dinner yet, please do go ahead and eat for both of us. If I don't see you tomorrow, no hard feelings. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I hope that you have a fabulous week when the dreaded Monday morning starts. Richard Green's just coming into the party after the police lock off the dance, guys. He is saying good night. What's up with Ravel? Not gonna waste your time here, Richard. Still without a club. Still without a club. So yeah, guys, I am going to close off now. I think I've talked for far too much, far too long. So I will have to see you guys again tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, do go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you've not hit the like button, I don't know what you're waiting on. Do go ahead and hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for your continuous support. It does not go unnoticed. Big up yourself each and every time, and you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.